Welcome everyone. It's great to be here. Got the mando and the fiddle. We're going to do a fiddle tune, oddly enough, Bonaparte's Retreat, but not the one you're thinking of. It's one that Melvin Wine learned, one of the first tunes he learned on the fiddle, and it's a jig, so 6 beats, da 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 da. So a little different than what you might.
Flanagan.
Flanagan might have been there. So anyway, we're going to try it, and I think you'll enjoy it. And we'll get Erynn to fiddle it with us, and then we'll just try to work it out on the melody on the mandolin, and maybe talk about some backing up stuff in jig time, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this was a fun challenge, and so we love your requests, because this was another good request for us to teach this tune. Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to do the chords first. Makes me want to dance.
All right, sure does.
Yeah, so thank you, Erynn. Sounds great.
Have fun.
It sounds a lot better with the fiddle, but now we're going to be just the mandolin. We'll see what that sounds like.
The mandolin.
The mandolin's good too, but the mandolin and fiddle, is a wonderful combo, as most of you already know. So first of all, just the timing. You got that one and the two and so you can kind of get the one and the one da two da one da two da one. That kind of works. Just a basic. So kind of two strum.
It's always good to not be too downbeat heavy.
Well, you don't want to overdo it, but that's the rhythm. So there's my A chord. If I was doing the backup, I would just do a bar, 2nd fret low. And you can kind of. So you don't want to overdo the rhythm, but that works. The E chord, the closest one there would be the 4th fret in the bass, and you got the E there, the small slant on the 1st fret. So. And you can go on up. So for the backup, just that bar 2, and maybe that 4 and 2, and up to that 6 and 2, 4 bar and the small slants. That works pretty good. Can you repeat that last? So the melody, we'll look at that for a minute, but try just doing, of course, and the mandolin, the string sets are always, try the different, or remember you got 3 groups of paired strings. The high strings are the thinnest, the middle, you know my scoop there from watching other videos probably. The 2 string chords are wonderful, and so the melody here is going to be that 1st string, and then slide to 7. So you got, I'll get a little closer here. Let's see. Open, 2, 3, 2, open, then the 4th fret, 2nd string, and slide to the unison. And maybe open up. I think that's what I'd do first, something like that. And then it goes to an E chord, so what you might do there, you could do different things. I kind of think I'd slide down to get the 7th fret on the 2nd string, and maybe even the 9th fret, to get a nice kind of a strident E chord. So here's the first phrase with that. Starts out in A chord, and then that E chord. So that's the first phrase. I'll do it slow a few times. 1 and here I go. 4, 7 with a slide. And then 7, I'm going to get my 2nd finger so I can get my 3rd finger on the 9th fret on the 3rd string. Okay, one more time. 1 and 1st phrase. 4, 7, maybe open. 7 with that 9 below. Okay, then you're going to have a nice arpeggio, which is nice. Let's just do that a few times. So 5 on the 1st, open, 4, and then 2 low A's. And you might experiment with how you down and up pick that. Not sure. I'll think about that in a minute. So let's just do that much. That's the start of the second little phrases. So the first phrase one more time. 1 and here we go. 4, 7. And that chord. Does it again. But it adds a B note the second time. So A, B. Okay? And then we're getting into the next little phrase there. So it's going to be that, let's just try that real slow. 4, 2, 4, 2, open, 4 on the third string, and another A arpeggio. So we're going to get to do a lot of arpeggios. Just remember, an arpeggio is the 3 notes of a chord. In the case of A, it's A, C sharp, and E. So you can do it any, so we're starting on A, E, C sharp, A. That's the 3 notes of an A arpeggio. So let me just play the whole, this little second phrase from that arpeggio. What happens? So that's kind of, it does that again. A arpeggio again. That's the whole tune. So it's kind of a short tune, which is nice. So let's just look at let's start from that A arpeggio. Remember that 1, 2, 1. No, 1, to see. It comes in on the, make sure it comes in B da da ba ba. 1, 2. So it comes in on the 1, 2, da. So let's just do that much. We'll break it into 2 measures for a second. 1, 2. Let's loop that. Here we go again. 1 more time. And a lot of Celtic players do that down, up, down. I'd experiment with that, and it's good to kind of be able to do it a lot of different ways. So the more flexibility in your pick directions, the better. But an exercise for jig time, a lot of times, or 6/8 time, would be down, up, down. So you can try that, just doing a scale. So it's down, up, down, right, down, up, down. So you can try that down, up, down, just for practicing. We'll see if it works in Bonaparte Street. So here's that 1, 2, the A arpeggio, to the B, next phrase. Try to find that. Over and over, 4, 2, 4, 2, open 4th. Then we have that A arpeggio starting on the 2nd string, A, 2 on the 3rd string, and the C sharp low 6th fret. Going back. Okay, so let's do that much. Get the rhythm. Slower. So it keeps moving there. Then it has the, the jig rhythm. Bop, bop, boom, boom. So from that high arpeggio, 1 to 2. Arpeggio. Then it's going to go up. A little variation. And a little quick little flutter. We'll just do it like that. And it does that again. Climbing. Arpeggio again. Then it just ends on that whole part. Whole tune. Slide to 7. And that chord, E chord, arpeggio. And add the B, flutter, arpeggio, low, climb, little oh, I went the wrong, but don't stop. usually climbs. They're interchangeable. First part, slide 7, E chord of some kind, arpeggio, back and forth, and low arpeggio, climb. Arpeggio low, and that's the whole part. First again. Slide, arpeggio low, climb. We'll do it one more time. I'll do the chords. You try the melody. One last time on the melody for me. Everybody, do what you like. Bonaparte's Treat. Arpeggio. That's a beautiful. And again, experiment with just doing a scale. You know, that down, up, down, down, up, down. Just some random notes even. It doesn't even have to be a scale, but it's nice if you just do the notes of an arpeggio. We'll wind up with just that for an exercise. Like on the A string, down, up, down, down, up, down. And if I did an arpeggio on the A string, just the A, C sharp, and E, it'd be open to 4 and 7. Be a nice little thing to practice. And keeping in the key of A, the first string would be my 7th fret. It's going to be open in 5 and 9. Keeping in the chord. Sounds beautiful. 1 to 2. Back to the second string. When you get to 7, you could change strings, right? So you see where those. If I kept going, yeah, I could be all the way up to 12. You can kind of get it by ear. Third string would be the 2nd fret would be your E, and 7, and then 9. 7. You're going to be, that's the A, so it'll be 4 frets. So 7 plus 4, 11. And the last one, you got the low A, copies the open A string, but you're starting on the 2nd fret. 2, 4 fret, 6. Right. So just get it by ear. Then you could practice doing, arpeggio. And you're close to doing it. Right, you start to say, oh yeah, I see what, and so start thinking about arpeggio with in G or any chords you play. Try to start finding those arpeggios by ear a little bit on single strings, and then crossing them over where you're playing, crossing the strings. And you'll be way ahead of the game when you're playing these melodies. So Bonaparte's Retreat's a great tune, and it's fun to play in 6/8 time. So work on just your right and left hand synchronizing. Have fun, and remember to do those chords too. So when you play a tune, try to know the chords too. Have fun, and I'll see you next time around. Thanks a bunch.